What is up with it? Welcome to the Tuff. This is Daniel speaking. We just got back from U.S. Nationals, and we have for you here today a Budget Thursday deck. Sorry we couldn't upload a video on Wednesday. Sorry we couldn't upload a video on Monday. But we do have a Budget Thursday deck. So what we have for you this time is Durant. So you want to mill your opponent while annoying them by removing all their energies. So that's it. That's the gist of this deck. You have 4 Mew, so you can use Durant's attack with 1 energy, 4 rainbow energy. It's a very interesting deck. So let's see what we have. So we play 3 Durant, obviously. Mountain Munch, 10, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. We mostly want to discard their top card. We don't care about the 10. And then Scrape Down. If this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, discard the top 4 cards of your opponent's deck. So, I don't know if my math's correct, but if so, I'm thinking with 13 cards gone at the beginning of the game, that puts our opponent at 47 cards in deck, which means we want 1, 2, 3, 4 times 12. We want 12 Scrape Downs to beat our opponent. Now, if we hit 10 Scrape Downs and discard 40 cards, and our opponent has drawn a card each turn, and it's been 10 or 11 turns, that means that we can knock out our opponent even faster, maybe 8 or 9 Scrape Downs. If they play Juniper, that's 6 or 7 Scrape Downs. And if we flip enough heads on Team Rocket's Handiwork, that's even less Scrape Downs. So this deck is a competitive, strong, viable deck, and it costs nothing to make. The most expensive card in the deck is Mew, maybe Jirachi. Mew sits at $5 to $6 right now. Jirachi, I think, is sitting between 5 to 7. The Durants are uncommon, so 50 to 75 cents. This Durant, I think, is a rare. This Durant is a rare. Chip off, maybe a buck. Bumblebee, maybe a buck. Everything else is very dirt cheap, except Puzzle of Time, VS Seeker, Trainer's Mail. You can't get around the staples, guys. The staples are always going to cost money, but the deck to make is under, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 70, and then 50 cents. The deck's probably under $80 to make, guys, so that's a really solid cost for a deck. You get a bunch of staples out of the $80. 4 Puzzle of Time and 4 Trainer's Mail and 2 Mew. All those cards already go into Night March. 4 VS Seeker, Sycamores, Lysander, stuff like that. Dimension Valley. So you could buy this deck, win tournaments with it, and then you already have half the cost of a Night March deck. So all you need is the Shamans and the Night Marchers. So, anyways, here's the deck, and let's get into it. So you're doing Scrape Down, you're discarding all their cards. You're using Memories of Dawn to copy Scrape Down since it takes 2 energy, which is kind of hard to pull off. You attach a Rainbow to Mew, put 10 on it, play down Dimension Valley, and start scraping down. Your opponent might get cheeky and start holding cards in their hand and not attacking, attacking minimally, just to, play N and keep shuffling cards into their deck. So if they do that, you play Chip Off Durant, and you discard their hand down to 4. You pick the cards at random, so you can get rid of all their good stuff. You play Bumblebee for Burrow. It's a guaranteed 2. Also, Rototiller, shuffle 2 cards back into your deck. Probably a Rainbow and a Mew, something like that. You play Jirachi, Stardust. It's for Giratina EX, which you have problems with. It's for Toad, which you have problems with. Anybody who plays Special Energy that annoys you, just Stardust them. My bad. So our supporters of choice are 3 Team Rocket's Handiwork. Flip 2 coins for each heads, discard 2 cards from the top of your opponent's deck. How perfect. So, let's say you play down 4 Handiwork in 5 turns. You flip, that's 8 coin flips. You flip 6 of them heads. That's 12 cards gone. Plus 13 that they started with, already gone, is 25. Plus, in those 5 turns, you've scraped down each time. That is 20. So that's 45 cards gone, not including what they may have searched out, what they may have sycamored away. So it's that easy, guys. 4 or 5 turns, and you've already gotten rid of a good chunk of your opponent's deck. Now, 1 Team Flare Grunt, 1 Xerosic to discard our opponent's energies, tools, whatever, what have you. 1 Teammates. Once we lose a Mew, we can Teammates, search out any 2 cards, and then we're guaranteed another big turn. A Bridget to search out our Pokemon. A Lysander just to lock something active that our opponent may not want active. 3 Professor Sycamore for draw. 3 N for draw. This might go down to 2 in Ashana because you don't always want to N, but I'm keeping it at 3 for the time being. 4 Crushing Hammer for energy removal. 1 Enhanced Hammer for the same reason. Escape Rope to get our Pokemon to and fro. 4 Level Ball, search. 4 Puzzle Time, get out any 2 cards from our discard. Sacred Ash, shuffle in our Pokemon. 4 Trainer's Mail for consistency. 4 VS Seeker for the same reason. 4 Dimension Valley for Mew for scrape down. And an Experience Share. So if you attach an Experience Share to a Durant, your Mew has a grass attached to it, gets knocked out. You get to put the grass on Durant, and then you can scrape down, if possible. Excuse me. Then 4 Rainbows to put 10 damage on our Pokemon, and 4 grass because it's the energy necessary for Mountain Munch and Scrape Down. So there's the deck, guys. It's good. It's really good. It's cool. It's fun, and it's cheap. So I'll catch you guys in a game with it. Hope you guys can agree. Yo, guys, we just got into a game versus a grass, dark, psychic, colorless deck. Probably it'd be kind of funny if he was running the same thing, but who knows? Yeah, I'll go first. Alright, so we gotta start the Bumblebee. Not the best start, but it's not nearly as bad as it could be. Our opponent, I think, is playing... I don't know what the grass Pokemon could be, but... well, we'll just see what they're playing. They have 4 basics, so... probably Vespiquen, yeah. So it's Vespiquen, Zoroark. So we're gonna Trainer's Mail here, see what we get off that. And we get a Sycamore, which isn't the best, but it's not horrible. I don't really mind particularly discarding any of these cards. So a Level Ball for a Mew. So our opponent's not attacking on their first turn unless it's with Yveltal, but we don't have to worry about a Donk unless they get a Grass Stadium out. So we're just going to play Rocket's Handiwork, try and flip some heads. Alright, well that sucks, but we'll just pass. I could have used Time Puzzle, but in case I top deck a Time Puzzle, I'll just save that one. And our opponent plays N, what do you know? So we're going to get a fresh hand. So, we drew into the wrong Durant here, but, I mean, whatever. Let's see what we get. We have another Handiwork. I don't know if I'm going to go for that or for the N this turn. It depends how big my opponent's hand is, I think. I think my goal is get rid of their Bunnelby. So if they play a Bunnelby, I want to discard it. I don't really have any way in the deck to discard an opposing Bunnelby, so the only thing I can do is just keep spamming Scrape Down, since it discards more cards than Bunnelby puts in. But we'll see how that goes. Okay, you're gonna start using his Shamans. Gonna start burning through his deck. I like it. I like it. I like it. Maybe play some compressors too. Let's see some compressors. So he's making my job easier. That'd be nice. Alright. So, he does play the Evil Tall, which he discarded, so I think he's not worried about not getting a turn 1 attack here. I think he'd rather just set up some guys. It looks like he's going to end his turn with a pass here. Because he grabbed the Zork, he doesn't want to discard it immediately, so... so I'm going to play the Dimension Valley. I'm going to bench this Durant. And I'm definitely going to play Professor Sycamore. Because we don't want Crushing Hammers. We don't want to end our opponent right now because we want to draw energies and start setting up. So I'll put the energy here. Play Mew. And Burrow, because, no. Well, I want to grab the Durant, but I don't want my opponent to know what deck I'm playing, but I'll just grab it anyways. Also, if I fill up my bench more, Zork has the knockout on us, but whatever. So our opponent's going to go for Zork this game instead of for Vespiquen, which I can't blame them. But hopefully we can burrow some good cards here, see what happens. So we got rid of a Combi and a Hex Maniac. So that's another thing. Hex Maniac hurts this deck pretty bad. It's nothing major, but it is annoying if our opponent spams it. Better in his discard than in his hand, because now he has to waste a VS Seeker for it, but he does have 4 left, so it's not that big a deal. And I think that's what he's... Alright, no, Sycamore. So his hand's going to be thinned out even more. Super Rod, VS, and Zork break. Cool, no Super Rod. Now we just need him to not play Bumblebee, and we'll be golden. Maybe he'll whiff an energy, too. It's Christmas. Alright. Maybe not Christmas, but... Alright. He is drawing an awful lot, so that's something. So that's like the opposite of a budget deck. Zorks are like 5 or 6 apiece. Sure, he plays a 3/3. Probably plays 4/3 Shaman. 40 apiece. Alright, he's gonna discard his bench, so I mean that's cool with me. His field's pretty solid right now. He doesn't really need to dig any further. He could if he wanted to, but he just doesn't have to. Luckily, I think that's his last stadium, because why would you play more than one stadium in Vespiquen? So my Dimension Valley is going to stick for the entire game. Just play Sycamore here. We got to hit a Rainbow Energy. Rainbow, rainbow, rainbow. And we got it. So we're going to get a Scrape Down going. And discard the top 4 of my opponent's deck. Looks like we got rid of a Sycamore. And I don't know what else. VS Seeker or something. Lysander my Scrape Down, probably. Oh, the chip off. I'm not sure my opponent knows which Durant it is doing this attack. So that's pretty cool. All I know is that this game is pretty much over at this point. I don't really need to do much else. Like another Scrape Down, another couple of rockets. Maybe flip some heads this time. There we go. So we got rid of a DCE and another Sycamore, and we're gonna Scrape Down. Get rid of another. He plays 2 Zork break. What for? I don't know. So all I need is 2 more attacks to close out the game. Hopefully I can get that going. It's probably gonna go for an N here, I think. Oh, a Lysander on my Scrape Down. Well, I can't stop you. I mean, what better way to beat a Durant deck than by knocking out all the Durants? Sorry to tell you, bud, but I do have the time puzzles in my hand. I wish I could teammates, but that card is not available. Oh, and I have Bridget, so I think I just Bridget here. I gotta place them on my bench, so I don't know. Yeah, I'll just Bridget, hold the time puzzles. And get another scrape down. And I think that'll do it. We also just got rid of 2 DCEs for nothing. All 4 of my opponent's VS Seekers are in the discard. He doesn't have too many cards left. He's farewell lettering. If he ends, he doesn't give himself another turn. He's only down to 6 cards in deck. So 1 and then 5 in hand. Yeah, that's game. So we're just going to bring up this Durant. We're going to Mountain Munch for knockout. And our opponent scoops anyways, so. Well, the first showcasing of how the deck is good is you don't play any EXs, and you smash decks like Vespiquen that kind of prosper off of discarding other stuff. So what he could have done is just evolved into a 1/1 Zoroark and kept everything else in his deck. And just kept trying to spam Mind Jack without discarding much, and he probably would have ended up winning because he has so many energies, so many different choices. This, to me, I'm guessing is Vespiquen Night March. It did just win Nationals, so it's going to be up here a lot. And I think he's going first, hopefully. Go first, dude. Go first. Burn through your whole deck in 1 turn, please. Come on, come on. There we go. That's what I like to see. There we go. I'm not going to bench this Durant. I'm just going to wait. And it is Night March Vespiquen, so let's see it. So I don't know about you guys, but everyone in the top 8 this year at US Nationals was a homie. They're all super cool. I was really happy to see what the top 8 was. I hope that's not his turn. I hope he can do more. I want him to burn all his cards. He got rid of an Ultra Ball, so he has to have something in hand. There we go, Sycamore. Getting rid of VS Seeker, Night Marcher, and a Muscle Band it was. Oh, Lysander. Another compressor, down to 29 already. It is Christmas in July. Another compressor, let's go. Now, if I was a Night March deck, why would I compressor this many times in 1 turn when I see a Mew? My first instinct is it's another Night March. My second instinct is it's a Manectric deck, so yeah, I do want to discard this stuff. But it's not discard all my guys, because, I mean, it's the last thing you want to do, is just burn your deck that much when you don't know what you're facing. Anyways. We're just gonna set up this turn. Just gonna get a bunch of stuff going. Gonna burrow a Dimension Valley. Oh, duh, I'm an idiot. I don't have barrage, so I can't burrow twice. Not sure what that was. Whatever, that's fine. It's really not going to matter. If he gets a knockout, I'll teammates for a Rainbow Energy and a Sycamore. And he plays Birch. Yo, if this guy doesn't play N, I'm home free. Because, like, what can he do? Just keep birching? Yo. So, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 Mountain Munches for game. 3 if he plays another Sycamore. So we're gonna grab the Rainbow. Yeah, and we'll grab the Sycamore, I think. I really hate discarding puzzle pieces, but whatever. So many attacks I can use. So little time. So we just got rid of 2 Vespiquen, an Acrobike, and a Pumpkaboo. And brought our opponent down to 14 cards. If he does something besides Night March, he's making a mistake. Alright. I mean, I don't particularly mind him. Oh, he played 2 copies of it, okay. To kill the Durant. Whoa, you're smart. I think you just figured out how to beat me. So we have enough scrape downs, I think, to close out the game. Hey, the Mew. That boy. All we need is 3 scrape downs. My opponent's 3 top decks and a burrow. I think that's like perfect math. I might whiff the scrape down this turn, which is why I attached an energy to Bumblebee. We did, in fact, whiff the scrape down this turn. But next turn I can VS for teammates. I have Handiwork in hand, so I can get some other stuff going. Retreat. I'm just going to start burrowing. It's the same thing as scrape down, just not as effective, but still effective enough. Got rid of a VS Seeker. And a Muscle Band. This guy plays 3 Muscle Band in his deck. Cool. He already played 2 copies of Time Puzzle. He got back a VS Seeker, and I discarded 1. Still not sure if he plays that in. So he's going to go down to 3 prizes this turn, right? I'm going to teammates. And I'm going to bring him down to 6 cards after his top deck. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in hand after his top deck with 6 in deck. I don't know. I don't think it's impossible. I think it's actually very, very possible. And I'm just going to go for a Rocket's Handiwork here because I hit the level ball for the Durant. I could just discard all my opponent's energy, but I'm so close to decking him out that I want to just, you know, actually deck him out. So I bring him down to 6. We got rid of a puzzle piece and a VS Seeker. That's what I love to see. And a DCE. Was that an N in there? No end so far. He's gonna knock out the Durant. Go down to 2. Oh man. So this is kind of scary, I guess. If I can hit the other Durant off of this. Ooh. Ooh. That was pretty good. So we want the Durants. I think both of them. Yeah. So 1 and 2. In case my opponent plays Hex or something next turn. I don't know if he will get a next turn, because all I need to do is flip 1 heads with Handiwork to win. So, but just in case, that's why I'm putting the Rainbow on Durant. Hey, we did it. So our opponent scoops. So we just beat a deck that went, I think, 801 in Nationals, Blue Pod, Vespiquen Zork, and we just beat the deck that won the National Championships. So it's a budget deck. It's strong. It beats Battle Compressor decks, which control the whole format. And it's a cool gimmick, and it's really fun. So build it, man. Just build it. But there you go, guys. That's your budget deck for this Thursday. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give the video a like, comment, subscribe. The Tuff Puff has way more in store for you in the future, especially with the new set coming out. A bunch of budget decks. We are trying our hardest to make some of the most competitive decks we can for cheap. We have Legacy on Wednesday. We have Standard on Monday. We have Random Tournament on Friday. And then other videos by me, John, or Franco any other day whenever we feel like uploading one of them with the GoPro. So thanks for watching again, guys. Make sure to keep